you guys struggle with concealer that is constantly creasing, part of the issue can be the prep. So today we are going to prep our under eye areas for concealer. I'm also going to throw in another beauty hack that I typically do while I am prepping my under eyes for the concealer. So you get to see a couple hacks today in preparation for next week's Friday Face Off, where I'm going to try the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place 24-hour concealer. I've seen mixed reviews on it, and so you know me, I want to try it for myself and for all of you to see what do we think of it. My under eye area, for point of reference, is more to dry than they're not oily. Sometimes I wish they were, but they're not. They are more to the dry side. Prepping the under eye area for concealer is equally as important as the way you apply your concealer. So today I'm going to walk you through exactly how I do that, and while it's prepping, what I do for my 3-day-old hair, because that's just where we are today, and I like this process. So you're gonna get a couple beauty hacks today, but the most important is how to prep your under eye area so that it doesn't crease when you apply your concealer. For point of reference, my under eye area is more on the dry side. I think there was a day when it was oily years and years ago. I don't remember struggling with that, but I do find that they are more dry, and as we age that does happen, and it can lead to more cakey looking concealer, no matter the price point of your concealer, from drugstore all the way to luxury. If you haven't prepped your under eye area, then your concealer just isn't gonna look the way you want it to. So the first thing that I do is I use a little bit of micellar water. Just, again, my face is clean, but I just like to get off any oils because I do wash my face with coconut oil, and this helps to pick up any of those oils that are left. If I don't do this and I leave, you know, some serum or some oil under my skin, then I find that my concealer slips a little, and that is not what I want because it tends to not slip in all the right places. It slips into the wrinkles that I have, which makes them look that much more enormous. They are enormous. Okay, so now that I've done that and it has dried, the next thing that I do is I take the CeraVe night cream, and yes, this is night cream, but I do it for the daytime. And I just take a little bit on the back of my finger, and by little, I mean, it's about the size of, I don't know, a small dime maybe. You can use more or less depending on how dry your under eye area is. And then I like to dab that underneath that eye area, everywhere I'm gonna put concealer, and on my eyelids, so that it helps to hydrate my eyelids for any cream eyeshadow application, powder eyeshadow, or maybe I just want a foundation look today without any shadows. I don't know what I'm gonna do on my eyes yet. We haven't made it that far. Today's video is all about prepping the skin. So you'll see I use quite a generous amount of this moisturizer, and it is a thicker moisturizer. It's not a lotion, it's not a serum, it's not oily at all. Again, I try to stay away from oily products under the eyes in my prepping step, because I just find that, yeah, my concealer starts to fall. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried that new Double Wear concealer by Estee Lauder. I have ordered it. It should be here tomorrow. So I will do a Friday Face Off with it next Friday. So be sure to tune in for that. Also, I want to thank you guys for those of you that have recently become, I'm just putting the rest on the back of my hand. For those of you that have recently become channel ambassadors by joining our membership program, it's 99 cents a month, $12 for the full year. And the reason I do that, I'm now applying some Aquaphor on my lips, because this is also a step that I do. Once I've put that moisturizer on, it gives me a while to get some other things done. One is hydrate the lips, because they are, what's with our lips as we get older? They're so dry, plus this time of the year, and then they lose their color on top of it. So all those years of having menstrual cycles, and this is the thanks we get. This is the payoff. As I was saying about memberships, most memberships on YouTube allow you access to exclusive content if you pay a price. The reason my memberships are 99 cents is because it's the lowest membership entry that YouTube offers. And I wanted to do that because, like other YouTubers, there's a membership fee that gives you exclusive content. And I like that business model. It works well for a lot of people. Very similar to Patreon. You pay a monthly fee and you get access to extra content. I didn't want to do that just because I felt like I wanted my content to be available to everyone. I didn't want your ability to pay a higher fee, give you access to more content. And again, nothing wrong with that business model. It just wasn't the one I wanted. I just find that in our age group, money's tighter and I want to have, again, content available for everyone. So for 99 cents a month or $12 for the entire year, then it just allows me to continue to grow the business, support the channel, and not have to charge memberships for exclusive content. Everybody can see whatever they want, whenever they want. So thank you. There's been an uptick in memberships as of late, and I really do appreciate you guys becoming channel ambassadors. All right, so while this moisturizing process is taking place, the next thing that I do is add volume to my hair because this is day 3 hair. This is about as long as I can usually push it before I need to wash it, which I'll do tonight. So I am going to walk you through that routine because this is in the order that I do things when I'm getting ready in the morning. So the first thing I will do is take a section of hair right at the crown, because that's where I like a little bit of lift, is the width of a Velcro roller. I like these big round ones. And then I will take the Wow Style on steroids. I've shared this one with you guys before. Again, this is day 3 hair, and I will add that spray to the back of the root that I'm holding up, as well as a little bit on the bottom side, but mostly up here. Then I'll take a round brush. This is by Ergo. This is their ER53. I love this brush. And I will just hold it right where I just added that spray. I'll pull the hair forwards for a second so that I can add a little bit of heat to the section that I just sprayed with that Wow Styling product. Then I'll add a little heat in front. Make sure that that hair is pretty warm, and then I'll just take this Velcro roller and tightly wrap it to the root so that it stays in place. Now you'll notice I didn't wrap it all the way around. I don't like to add Velcro rollers all the way around my hair. I just feel like I get more of a, I don't know, a damaged look or a frizzy look. It's just not my favorite. I'll do this for one more section so that I only have 2 on the top. I like to leave this bang area a little more flat. And then same thing here, I'll just roll it and then flip that hair up over the back roller so that I'm not rolling the hair around that Velcro roller. That's a good look. Then I'll just grab a section on the side, wherever I feel like I need the most lift. For me, that's right above my ear. Do the same process. I'll spray a little bit of this product. Add a little heat. And then the same thing, I'll just loop that hair. The purpose of this is to allow that hair to cool in the shape that you want it in. The heat bends your hair, but the cooling process locks that look in place. And then I will do the same thing. So it's really, so I only use 4 rollers when I do this process, but the volume I get from this is pretty impressive. Now to speed this process up, you could always blow cool air on your hair, but because I am going to finish my concealer makeup while my hair is like this, I don't need to add cool air to it. So, good look, right? I know, my dog walks in sometimes when I'm doing this and like walks right out because I don't think she's really sure what is taking place. Then I'll just add my clips to pull those front bangs back out. Now again, you can do this whatever way you want. You can add curlers in the front if you want, more in the back. I just like that volume right around here. Now my under eye areas are nice and hydrated. You can tell because they don't feel sticky or slippery. They're just nice and clean. So now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of concealer, and you can use whatever concealer you want. Today I'm going to use the Giorgio Armani concealer. I like the formula of this one. Doesn't settle into fine lines and wrinkles as much as others. I don't like to set my concealer with a powder if I don't have to. But regardless of the concealer that you use, the amount of product that I have put on my under eye area has definitely changed over the last probably 6 months, because I'm finding that I'm getting more wrinkles, and they're deeper wrinkles underneath this eye area. So that is why I've had to really evaluate my concealer game. I used to use the Angie Hot and Flashy A506 brush. Love this brush. My 20-year-old bonus daughter uses this brush. So it is widely regarded as a great concealer brush, and it is. The contour of this brush makes the pressing in a very easy process. What I have found though is that no matter how much concealer I use, the surface area of this is so large, I don't want to press that much product all over this delicate eye area. For me, less is more as I've gotten older, and this concealer is already drying down, so let's add a little bit more. I should have done that after I started talking. But I'm really excited to try that new Estee Lauder Double Wear. I've switched my brush to a much smaller brush. This is the Nikki LaRose in 12. You can see how small that brush is. It's a little larger than a smudging brush. So if you've got a smudge brush in your collection that you just don't use that often, maybe clean it off and use it as a concealer brush. I'm gonna put that product right on the tip of the brush as well as the side, because the application of that's gonna be important. Then I'm gonna dab off any excess, and I'm gonna go right underneath my eye area, not a lot of product, and then really dab and work that in. I think the smaller brush allows me to apply less product, and for this delicate under eye area, that is really important. You never want to put the product right where your wrinkles are. You want to put the product around the wrinkles and then move it up, because wherever you place your brush first is where the most amount of product lands, and you don't want the most product in those creases. You really want that to be the least product. So work the brush and the product up to or down to your wrinkles, depending on where they are for you. And then just press that in once you've gotten it where you want it. Now, some people like to put their concealer on and let it set. What I like to do is press it all in. I will let it set, and then I will go back with another step. Add a little more because I want to neutralize the discoloration of my eyelids so that we get a really nice makeup look on my eyes today. Now I'm gonna just let that sit. I'm gonna go to the other side. And this is an important step too, you guys. Let it sit for a minute. This eye, I carry a big wrinkle right underneath my eye, so you'll notice I'm putting the product down low and then I'll move it up. Really light amount of product, and then work it in and work it up to your wrinkles, or again, down to your wrinkles, wherever they are. But never place that product on the brush right on your wrinkle. You really wanna work it so that by the time your brush hits your wrinkles, or the larger, deeper wrinkles, the ones that really tend to crease, there's just a little tiny amount of product on that brush. And it does take a little bit of time to work it in. When your hair is in big curlers like this, doesn't it just give you that fun 80s vibe? I just love those big hair days. So once you've got your concealer right where you want it, go back to the side that is dried down a little bit. I like to add a little bit of setting spray to my brush, and I like this e.l.f. Power Grip one because it has a little bit of oil in it, but it's mostly water. You want to shake it, and that oil sets almost like a barrier on top of your concealer, locking it in place. Just gonna add it to the brush, and then I'll take that brush and go right back over all that concealer, pressing it in, but not moving the concealer from where we just placed it. I really want that to stay right where it is. Then I'm going to flip the brush. One of the things about that new Estee Lauder concealer is it has polymers in it that in theory are supposed to move and stretch in the formula. So as your eye is moving around and you're smiling and you're causing wrinkles, that the polymers are, again, in theory, supposed to move with your skin and not settle. So I'm curious to see if that is in fact the case. That prepping step of hydrating your under eye area before you apply concealer really makes a nice difference to the application and how long that concealer lasts. The next thing I want to share with you guys is if you have a powder blush that you absolutely love, and as I've said before, as we're aging, creams are a little more forgiving on our face because we get more texture. But if you have a powder blush that you absolutely love, and I do, I love this Natasha Denona one, it's the mini palette. I've kind of forgot about it, and then I pulled it back out a couple weeks ago and I've been loving it. I think because when you're in a hurry, you just get your highlighter and everything all in one. I take my powder brush, and again, this is an old one by Wet n Wild, add some setting spray to my brush, dab it in my powder blush, it's harder and harder for me to say, and then you can just lightly tap it for a flawless, barely there look. I love this process because it diffuses or thins out any powder blush that you may have and just gives you a really nice soft flush look without looking too much like blush. So there you go. Doesn't that blush look nice? Now I'm gonna go finish the rest of my makeup, leaving my hair like this. So I did my eye makeup off camera because you guys have seen me do eye tutorials as of late. And then the other beauty hack I wanted to share, since we're just letting all the secrets out today, is I have changed the way I've done my lipstick. Now, many of you may already be doing it this way, but I have found, crazy, I know I've been doing it this old way for probably decades. I traditionally have lined my lips and then gone in with lipstick. But I was scrolling through Instagram a couple weeks ago and I saw, gosh, I wish I could credit who that was. You know, you scroll and you scroll and you scroll, and I don't even remember who I saw this from. But they switched it and they were doing their lipstick first and then lined it with their pencil liner, and it looked, I thought, looked more professional. Just a cleaner look. And for my lipstick today, I'm using the Acting Natural by MAC. It's one of the new nudes. I love this color. And like I usually do, I'll go buy 2 or 3 of them because I will be stuck with that same color forever. And then go in and line your lips. And this is Subculture Strip Down by MAC. And because we had that Aquaphor penetrating my lips the whole time we were getting ready, they are nice and hydrated. So now we'll finish off with the hair, and I'm just gonna go back to this section, pull out that last, look at that lift. We'll grab this one. We'll grab this one. And then we'll grab this one. Crazy, right? Look how big that is. Take out these clips and I'll just, now you could add a little bit of hairspray if you want. I try not to add hairspray only because it usually contains alcohol and alcohol is drying to our hair. And there is the volume that I get from it. So that is a quick snapshot of how I get ready in the morning. Of course, you guys have seen me do my makeup plenty of times, but I thought it was important to show what else I do outside the focus on the makeup itself to get ready for the makeup, which is that prep step under the eyes. Really important. Prep the lips, equally as important, especially for me because my lips were dry. And then get big bouncy hair out of 3-day hair. Now, typically what will happen is I'll wash my hair tonight and then I'll sleep on it and then I'll throw some curls in it in the morning. I find that if I wash my hair and dry it at night, sleep on a silk pillowcase, it just sort of lays down any of the split ends and gets a little shinier and smoother overnight. And then the next day I'm ready for first day hair. And like I said, this is 3-day hair, so it is on its last day, but you would never know it because a little bit of fresh and some heat, rollers, you're good to go. Well, that does it for me today, you guys. I hope these little behind the scenes get ready tips are helpful in your beauty routine and help you feel your very best, most beautiful inside and out. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in just a couple days. Bye-bye.